Now, when you talk about being rich, it's a situation where you are financially liquid to meet all your goals. But sometimes I look at that as not the only measure to look at your financial wellness. So you also have to consider your net worth. Now, this is where wealth comes in.
Yes.
What are you accumulating?
Yes.
So when it comes to wealth, it's about accumulation versus what you're spending.
Hi there, Caroline Mutoko once again at Jubilee Life Insurance, and I'm here to talk about the product of 2025. Because we're already at this part of the year, I can actually say very authoritatively, I don't think there's anything else that's going to come out that is this good. And it's the award-winning, I can actually say that, the award-winning FIDA Elite from Jubilee Life Insurance. So I'm here with two people who I'm going to have tough conversations, but we're going to be nice about it. Because I think sometimes when something like this comes along, you look at me, you tilt your camera, you're like, Caro. Let me tell you who I'm going to talk to today. I'm going to talk to Janet Mavisi. She's the manager, Alternative Channels, and Mike Mwangi, who's the senior training officer here. I'm going to start with you. Okay. I don't know what it was about me that the minute I saw the product, I was like, this is what every woman needs. Mike Usikach. No, really. There's a part of me that said, this is what every woman needs. Because all of us can't be in real estate. All of us can't open salons. All of us. But we're all trying to find a way to put our money somewhere where it works for us while we work. Was I wrong there?
No.
Between you and me, we're going to pretend Mike isn't here.
Yes.
Yes.
You weren't wrong, Caroline. You are actually right. Women are big savers.
Yes, we are.
They're big, they go big on it. And when an opportunity comes by, whereby you feel like it's an opportunity to grow your money, you'll bump into it.
Okay.
Yes.
But you know, you were giving me a lesson on how we should think about the trajectory of our lives.
Yeah.
And I want everybody who's watching to get this.
Yeah, so there are 3 stages when it comes to wealth building or wealth creation.
Okay.
So there's the creation stage. Then there's the building stage. Then there's this transfer stage. So transfer is when now you're transferring to your next legacy.
Okay.
That means you've already diversified, so now you are transferring to your next generation.
And this product allows you to do that.
Yes. It does allows you to do that. Remember, it gives you that opportunity of saving. Either on monthly basis, quarterly basis, annually, or you can even put in a lump sum. So over and above that, you're able to do top-ups. It gives you the flexibility. You know, look at traditional insurance products. They didn't allow us to do that.
No.
You put in your... Tumeingia, we put in 20K. Like we are stuck there.
We're stuck there.
You can't even make a withdrawal.
And you're like, you know, you can't make a withdrawal.
Yes.
And you're like, I got a little something, I got a pay rise.
Yes.
Let me top up.
Yeah.
You're being looked at, come on, Nani.
Yeah. So FIDA came in to unstuck us from that traditional insurance products.
Yes.
All right? So FIDA gives that woman the flexibility of being able to get in and out.
Yes.
You can actually make withdrawals.
Yes.
So once you have set your goal, you're saying, I want to achieve probably 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 20 million, 100 million. So if you set your goal, that goal is there, it's running, you know how you're doing your top-ups.
Yes.
You can actually come on the second year and say, Janet, I'm stuck.
Yes.
I'm stuck. Kimeo is going to school.
Yes.
And I need some 500,000.
Yes.
Yeah. You come in and just, you know, make some partial withdrawals.
Yes.
Yeah, so FIDA is
without losing the entire product. Because remember, that's what we used to be afraid of.
Exactly.
Yes.
And remember, whatever is left in the kit is actually compounding.
Yes.
This is what we call compounding interest.
Oh, we love compound interest if we're earning it, not paying it.
Yes. Not on the credit card. No.
Yes.
We are earning it.
Yes.
So it's interest on interest.
Okay.
So we're saying women in their 40s, they're actually in the stage of building their wealth.
Yes.
They're looking at their children going to school in the next 5 years.
Yes.
So this is the tool.
This is the tool.
Yeah, this is the tool.
You don't start wailing at your and end a college. Kwani, from the moment he was born, he was going to college.
Exactly.
He was going.
Yeah. So FIDA is easy like that, very flexible. It allows you to make frequent payment. You can come in with lump sum. You can top up at any time. And another thing, insurance, traditional insurance products, there was what we call lapsing. If you don't pay your premiums for like 3, 4, 5 months, you come back, your product lapsed.
Imagine.
Faida Elite, the product does not lapse.
Yes.
If you're contributing 40K per month on year 3, there's a month you're hard pressed.
Yes.
And you feel like, well,
maybe I can do 20.
Can I do 20? Can I do 10?
Yes.
Yeah, it's that flexible.
You see, I told you, I would never bring you anything that wasn't a game changer.
Yeah.
But let's have game-changing conversations.
Yes.
Mike.
Yeah,
Yes.
talk to me.
I read an article that made me think of you. And I actually saw a TikTok about this. And it said that myself, I am a firstborn daughter, I'm the chief.
Yeah.
We are the last generation that will ever look after our parents.
100%. And it's so interesting because you find that the dynamics in society are changing. And even when it comes to money conversations. So one of the things that happens is that when your kids are not your retirement plan. So
That story is over.
That story is over.
Yes.
And when it comes to building wealth, something happening very interesting at the moment. So you find that a lot of people, when it comes to poverty and even building wealth, it's a matter of bad financial decisions.
It is.
And how does it start? It starts from you not planning your finances today and you thinking that your child is your retirement plan. And then when they get to earning, they are not saving for retirement, they are taking care of you. So you find that instead of you transferring wealth to the next generation, they are actually the ones transferring wealth to you.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to building wealth, there are 4 major challenges that somebody has to overcome. So one of them is procrastination, meaning that you think there's more time, I'll start tomorrow. So that is the biggest thing that stops people from building wealth.
Okay.
Yeah, number 2 is what we call spending habits. So you find that most of us do not have a budget, so we spend our income as we get it.
Okay.
We are not planning about our financial goals, we are not thinking about long-term planning. So when you don't look at our spending habits or tell our money where to go to, what happens is that you end up spending more than you earn.
That's a line I love telling people.
Yes.
You've got to tell your money where to go.
Yes, 100%.
You got to tell it.
And money without a name, it will find a name for itself.
It will.
Yeah, so the third thing is what we call inflation.
Yes.
And FAIDA speaks to this a lot. So when it comes to inflation, it's basically the situation where the cost of living normally goes up.
Yes.
If you look at the price of bread 20 years ago versus now, you find probably it was around 5 shillings back then. And normally we used to, I don't know if you found that big block of bread. And if you are family, yeah, it was called buffalo.
But then we used to eat the doorstep.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
the front and the back.
Yeah. So if you are squabbling with your sibling and they're the one cutting the bread, then you end up getting a smaller share.
Yes.
So if you look at the price of bread now, it's probably 65, 70 shillings. When you move in future, it's not going to be the same.
It won't?
Yeah, so there's a cost to it. And when you find your money is not earning above inflation, you end up losing wealth.
Yes.
And FAIDA speaks to that through compounding interest. Then the fourth thing normally is what we call taxes. Taxes are a huge part of when it comes to building wealth. Because you find yourself, if you're not investing in efficient ways that is addressing taxes, then you find that the kitty, the way it would have grown, then it actually grows smaller. So this now ties back to how do we ensure we are still able to take care of ourselves and still able to give a future to our children. So FAIDA speaks to that. And this is why Jubilee, we always say, there's living and there's living free. So FAIDA addresses that. Yes.
There's living and there's living free.
Yeah. We don't want you to exist, we want you to live free.
Oh my goodness. But there's something you said that brings me back to, you know, he said, when he mentioned the 4 things, he said procrastination.
Yes.
But here's the thing, the product is available to anybody from the age of 18.
18.
But there is a 25-year-old who has said, Karana Samanini, and then now they're stuck on the video. She started working, she wants to go out, she wants to do staycations. So she's going to procrastinate. But this product allows her to invest as little as
5,000 shillings.
Yes.
As little as 5,000 shillings. At 25, if you save for 15 years, you will be 40.
Yes.
By the time your FAIDA plan is coming to maturity.
Yes.
Which is a good year.
Which is a good yield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, you know.
And she can grow with it.
Yeah.
She can say, when I'm 30, I'll top that up to 20.
Yeah, exactly.
When I'm, and also she has access to the money.
She has access to the money.
By the way, what is it that makes us procrastinate? What is it in our heads that makes us think,
There's actually a lot of research that has been done on this. One of them is fear. Fear is our biggest.
Fear is my driver to invest.
Yeah. So other people, fear is the sense that they feel overwhelmed. Where do I start? How do I make all these decisions?
Wow.
So there's a lot of fear. And when it comes to money, money is a very emotive thing. Because people want to find safety. They also want to ensure that whatever they're doing, at least their money is safe. And number two, they also want to ensure that they're able to meet their financial goals in future.
Yes.
And there's the fear of missing out. So sometimes that also informs your spending habits. You see other people doing other things, yet they've evaluated their financial income, so they're able to meet those things that you want. So when you're comparing yourself to them, then you have that fear of missing out.
Of missing out.
Yes, that also makes you not invest. Yeah. So those are some of the things that really trigger people towards that.
Okay, because I remember, and maybe, did you grow up like me? That mother who kept telling you, are you saving? Are you saving? I remember my mom, I'd buy a car, I'd go and show her, she'd be like, nice, but are you saving? I'm like, enjoy the car. Enjoy the car.
Yeah.
I mean, so I am a big believer that the earlier you start, the better.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And Caroline, there's a difference between being rich and being wealthy.
Oh, please tell the bloggers. They always say source of wealth. And I'm like, Edgar Barry, I'm talking about you.
So being rich is being able to afford that flashy car, live in a good neighborhood, be able to fund all your, bashes and
your
everything else, your sherehe. Without really planning for the future.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're rich. Doesn't matter if you're earning 5 million, 2 million, but being wealthy. Being wealthy is now being able to invest in products like Faida.
There you go.
Which will then, help you to grow that money.
Yes.
In a way that when you're spending and, just splashing everything, you're not doing that. You're actually missing out on what you should be doing.
Yes.
To be able to take you to the next level.
You're very polite, Mike.
Yes.
The difference between being rich and being wealthy. And I always say this, on payday, everybody's rich.
100%.
Even my garden. Everybody's rich.
Yeah.
He might earn 25K, but he's good.
Yes.
So what's the difference between being rich and wealthy?
Awesome. That's a very good question. And when it comes to looking at money is a resource. And when it comes to the conversations around being rich and also wealth, then it's a factor of looking at all that together. Now, when you talk about being rich, it's a situation where you are financially liquid to meet all your goals. But sometimes I look at that as not the only measure to look at your financial wellness. So you also have to consider your net worth. Now, this is where wealth comes in.
Yes.
What are you accumulating?
Yes.
So when it comes to wealth, it's about accumulation versus what you're spending. You could find somebody who's earning a lot, but they're also spending a lot. Yes, they qualify for that category of rich, but they are not wealthy.
They're not wealthy.
You could find somebody who's not earning as much, but they are keeping and accumulating.
Yes.
And when it comes to that, this is what we call time value of money. So when you look at the time value of money, we are asking ourselves, how do we build whatever we have and be able to preserve our purchasing power as we move into the future? So this is a very component key in terms of building wealth.
Yes.
And you find the wealthy have understood that. So you find for them, in as much as they spend a lot, whatever they're earning is a lot compared to what they're spending. So the question is to ensure that you're not spending everything you earn, you're also accumulating, and whatever you're accumulating is also growing in value. Money does not grow linear, it grows exponentially. And this is where compounding comes.
Tweet it if you can. Money does not grow in a linear fashion, it grows exponentially. Exponentially. Here's something I know there is a life component in this product. Once again, as we talk as women, Mike, sorry. Why does it matter that you have this?
So Faida gives you a life insurance of between 100,000 to 1 million. So you get to choose.
You get to choose.
So it comes in as a last expense in the event life happens.
Yes.
So if life happens, you will get your fund value plus, or your beneficiaries will get your fund value plus
the
this
cover.
life cover.
Yes.
How does it help us as women? Caroline, we spoke before, and how many WhatsApp groups are you in because people died? Or people, life happens.
And you know, and I don't know whether you noticed this,
yes.
and Mike here, you're allowed to chime in.
Yeah.
Did you notice, just during COVID, to use an example,
Yeah.
remember when COVID started?
Yeah.
What the size of our donations were?
Yeah.
I think by the time I got towards 2020, the end of 2020, I was down to donating 5K.
Yeah. So as women, we should come out of that.
Yes.
Have a plan for your family. If life happens today, your daughter shouldn't have that burden.
No, she shouldn't.
Of starting a WhatsApp group.
Imagine.
She actually should just be calling people to tell them, come, we give mom a send-off.
Yes.
So through Faida Elite, you'll be able to get that life cover, which is between 100,000 to $1 million. I always tell people, if you're a bit maturer, take the million one.
Take the $1 million.
Because remember, from 60 years, is it 60 or 65, Mike? You're not eligible for life insurance.
Yes.
So
take it now. So because you already have the cover.
Exactly.
Yes. So when 70 comes, it finds mini konayo.
And so it gives, even for women who are in their 70s, they will still get that life cover.
They will. They will.
Is not available in traditional life insurance.
Yes. Tell me why we don't want to plan for eventualities that we know are coming.
So
we are told there's only two things inevitable in life: taxes. Hi, Carrie. And death.
So when it comes to life insurance, most people think of it as only about death. Death will happen to all of us. So when it comes to life insurance, it's a very good tool for income protection. So when you talk about income protection, you're asking yourself, now you're earning an income, there are people who depend on you.
Yes.
So how would you ensure that you're able to protect them? So life insurance comes as a tool for that. It also helps us deal with what we call challenges of life. We talk about total and permanent disability.
Yes.
We also talk about critical and terminal illnesses. All these are things that would affect your income. And when you look at a good, successful financial plan, normally there are elements to it. One of them is about risk management, and this is where life insurance comes in. This is where we talk about building an emergency fund.
Yes.
This is where we talk about diversifying your investments. So all of them are components that can help you. And to ladies, I think it's very important for you to ensure you are working as a team with your partner when it comes to money conversations. Yeah. Because if one partner passes on or they are incapacitated either because of total and permanent disability, the burden of providing falls to the other partner.
To the other person,
And it can be overwhelming, let's not lie. So when you have that financial cushion, at least you're able to still be there for them emotionally as the finances are taken care of. So it's very important to look at all this together. At the same time, ask yourself, is there sufficient coverage enough to take care of you in the event such a situation happens to you?
I love it. Yeah. So I'm going to wind up with you.
Okay.
If we had met over lunch and I'd never heard of Faida Elite, the one sentence you just give me your card and say, call me because Ita, now complete that sentence.
All right. So if we just met for lunch and you had not heard about Faida Elite, so I'll tell you, Caroline, call me because I have this solution that is going to take care of your dual needs. So this is investment with a good return, at the same time life protection.
Yes.
Yes.
Things women like to hear.
Yeah.
Yes. So if we met at a cocktail and asked you, Ati, you do what? Ati Faida who? You told me, nipigie simu Monday kwa sababu, maliza hiyo sentence.
Kwa sababu hii life is about enjoying the moment. We have only one season of life. Sure. And money is a very good tool to give you experiences and options. Yes. So when you're able to park your money in a place that is able to grow, number two, you're able to access it when you want it. Then you have that advantage. You can go for vocation, your quality of relationships are going to be improved because you do not have fear. Then you can invest in other things.
I like that.
Yeah.
quality of life and relations with your children, with your parents, with your spouse
100%.
or spouse equivalent gets better.
Better.
When the heart rate is a little,
Imetulia
kidogo, hatusumbwani juu ya
Yeah.
do saa zote. I love it. Can I just say congratulations?
Thank you.
And thank you for allowing me to unpack this award-winning product with you.
Thank you. I love your energy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well done.
Thank you, Caroline.
And we're not leaving out Mike, but when I come back, when I'm alone, I want to talk about two types of people. My fellow people in the creative industry, because their income is
Fluctuating.
this product is where you need to be.
Absolutely.
Am I right?
100%.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And young women.
Young women.
Young women.
Yeah.
Because, Mike wouldn't know this, but 5K is barely nails. It's barely pedicure, manicure.
Yeah.
So you can't act like you don't have that money.
Yeah.
For you guys, mizinga kapi?
That's one.
One? Okay,
Switch.
then nobody has an excuse not to start now.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So please call the number on the screen or click on the link that I'm going to give you.